Hi, I'm David Norris, and I'm serving up the perfect podcast, Pompey Platter with Russ, Daz, and Haz. Play up, Pompey!
Murphy scores! A magnificent goal! That's just wonderful from Josh Murphy! Shaughnessy, great saving! Shaughnessy at the near post! Chance for Colby Bishop over the goalkeeper, off the post and into the back of the net! Colby Bishop! Lang's got his fourth! A fourth for Callum Lang!
Hello and welcome to the Pompey Patter podcast with myself, Haz, and my fellow Pompey sufferers, Russ and Daz. How are we, boys?
Yeah, enjoying no football for a week, I suppose.
You're not watching the England game?
Yeah, I mean, no Pompey is what I mean.
Oh, no Pompey. Daz?
I'm all good, mate. I'm currently looking at the Christmas tree put up the other day, so
Oh,
we're
for
getting all
fuck's
Christmassy.
sake.
Woo!
Is your excuse because your missus goes travelling a lot that you need to have it up because she's not there?
Well, she's away like kind of the first week of December, so and we were feeling Christmassy the other day, so we just thought we'd put it up.
Jesus Christ. Right. While we now have to suffer the fact that Daz is one of those people, we will get on with it. This is Series 2, Episode 15, Are Pompey in a Whole Lot of Trouble?
Yes.
So, let's wait. Let's not jump to any conclusions. So, of course, we will be covering the whole game and have a review of the 3-2 defeat on the road. We will then have Harry's Who Am I? We will have Russ's Taskmaster, which is based on the England squad, and we are going to put our 26-man squad, each of who we would take to the World Cup as it stands. We'll go into that later. And then Daz's new segment, which is Daz's Football 501.
Dazzler's darts.
Dazzler's darts. There we go. Wow.
Well, we're gonna need dark nicknames, aren't we?
We're going to need... Yeah.
Yeah, because what I thought this week, as it's international break, we're doing like an England version one. We'll do the Pompey proper one next week, so you boys have got a week to think of a nickname.
Did I ask?
Got mine.
I didn't ask you. Didn't ask that, did I, Daz?
Well,
No.
you're having it, so
I've already got mine. So.
Right. Let's go. So, obviously, I didn't watch the game. I was elsewhere this weekend, which is the first Pompey game I haven't watched this season. I had the goal alerts coming through on my phone. We go 1-0 up, and you're thinking, oh, fuck me, this doing all right. Obviously, it ends 3-2, and you think, oh, it must have been a fairly decent game, quite a close game.
No.
Watching the highlights today, kind of, I tried to put it off as long as possible, but I need to have some context to the game hosting. Most of the highlights, I think only 4 of the highlights were actually Portsmouth. 2 of them were Terry Devlin's goals. The rest of them, which were probably about 10 to 15, I would say, were Hull attacks and Hull chances. So was it, I'll go to you first, Russ. Obviously you both watched it. Was it as one-sided as the highlights looked?
Yep. It was one of them games where I thought, fuck me, if we draw this, then this kind of makes up for Wrexham's drop points, because we should have been 3-0 down before we even scored. It was just a complete opposite to the Wrexham game, especially defensively. We were just awful. I don't know. Paul, Knight and Bauer and Williams looked like four completely different players. The left was ripped apart time and time again. Bauer and Williams were just pulled left, right and centre. Josh Knight, just, I don't know what happened to him. He generally looked like a completely different player. Paul always tries his hardest, but sometimes I always find with Paul, It was like it when he used to partner. What was his fucking name?
McIntyre.
Yeah, that when he tries to overdo things, he ends up making mistakes himself. That makes sense. He's definitely a centre back that needs someone else. Which is why I think when it's him and Shaughnessy together, they just click and just you see the best of Paul then doing.
Yeah.
But credit where it's due. All right, it was a lucky goal, but sometimes you need it. It was a lovely ball in by Chaplin, if I remember. I think it was him that whipped it in, and then eventually,
So you had it was the first kind of ball from him was pretty shite, and it was kind of cleared, came back to him, and he kind of volleyed it in, but it was a really good ball on the volley.
Yeah, it was a lovely ball, and we were down to 10 men at the time. I can't remember who went off. Who went off injured, who got fouled for the free kick. It might be Murphy, I can't remember.
I think it was Dizelle. Was it Dizelle?
Yes,
that one.
It was Dizelle, yes. And then it bounced back down and Devlin just went, fuck it, and hit it. And sometimes in football, that's what you need to do, is just hit it and you don't know what's going to happen.
And Daz, on that, when you we were kind of Hull didn't take their chances in the first few minutes. Obviously they had, Kyle Joseph had an early 1-on-1 that Bursix saved. Joe Gelhardt put one narrowly wide, which he should have. So a player of his quality should be burying. When you get that goal with that kind of slice of luck, that's when you've got to take advantage of it, and that's when you've got to go, right, we're managing to win this game. Let's kick on, not just revert to how the game's been going in the previous kind of 15 minutes.
It was like obviously a different scenario in that lot, but obviously after we had that penalty save against Birmingham, I thought, okay, we can settle now, use that and push on. And in the attacking sense, I thought we did, but at the back, we were. I said it in our group, weak as piss all game. Like Bowat especially. I mean, there was a point where Chaplin, I can't remember what the score was at the time, but Chaplin had a massive go at Bowat because, like, down their right hand side, they had literally the run of the game, and it's fine if you don't get the first contact, not a problem. But when players are in that final third and they're having the time to put their head up and then whip the ball in, especially when you're under pressure. Look, I get it. Like, we're not going to play well every game. That's just not going to happen. We're not going to defend well every game. But that doesn't stop hard work. That's like a non-negotiable. Put an effort in and get into the ball. If you get beaten by the player, you get beaten by the player. But you can't just allow easy balls to come into the box. And that's what it felt like. It felt like every time they went forward, I think Guy Whitlam said this, it was easy for them. They won everything, won first header, second touch, second contact, third contact. Where with us, when we were going forward, especially, is it Charlie Hughes, their centre back player? I would have loved to have come down here. And it's a shame Lang couldn't have used his influence to get him down here. Like a player like that where they're like sort of cool, calm, but obviously physical and use their body well. And it was really frustrating because we dealt with probably the most physical centre forward in the league on the Wednesday in Kiefer Moore. And then we just got beat to absolutely everything on the game against Hull. And obviously Devlin's goal, it's fortuitous just with the deflection. But I've always said, if you don't buy the ticket, you don't win the raffle. And that's the same with crosses and all that kind of stuff. And that showed in our second goal, getting the ball into the box. Okay, Bishop wasn't there. And I saw Bishop coming under a bit of stick because he wasn't closer to where Devlin was when he scored. But
he won the ball. Yeah. He was the one that won the ball and gave it to Murphy.
Exactly. Exactly. And we can't just rely on Bishop to be the one in the box. People have to help him. And obviously Devlin was in the right spot at the right time. And the ball from Murphy, was absolutely unbelievable. The thing is, if we were, 25% better in that back line, I think the whole team, the whole game looks different. We're not going to win it, as I said, we're not going to win every contact. We're not going to win every ball. That's fine. But when you don't work hard and you look, I am very wary about saying players don't look interested, because when you're not playing well, you can look disinterested. It's because your confidence is gone. And our back line looked like they had no confidence whatsoever. It was a shame, especially after what happened at Wrexham. But again, it's a point that we've said we struggled to string two really good performances together.
It just the worrying thing for me is there's 2 away games in a row where we've just been torn apart.
And that's how it was last season.
Yeah,
at the beginning,
and it looked like we stopped. We stopped all that. We got a bit more better away from home. All right, if we're going to lose, it's going to be only by a goal. But literally the last two away performances have just been shocking. Like Murphy, if we didn't have Murphy, like it would worry me even more. I think if we didn't have Murphy, I think I'll just be like, we're just going to get relegated now, because he is too good for us, and he proved that again. And I still don't even think he's back to his best, and that's how good he is.
When you watch that ball that he put in for that second goal for Devlin's second, I just think, have we had a player that good since probably the Premier League?
No.
And the fact that we got him on a free, and I know a lot of people, we have a lot of the recruitment's coming under a bit of fire maybe, but when you've managed to convince, he would have been Josh Murphy would have been fairly settled probably at Oxford, you'd imagine. He's just got them. He scored the winning goal to take them up by the playoffs at Wembley. Maybe he was looking to move, but maybe the fact that why wasn't someone else, a more established Championship side looking to sign him? I don't know. Maybe they didn't think he'd do it.
It's probably his age as well, which, he was, Oxford fans always argue, well, he only came alive in January. Since he's been with us, I think he got off to a bit of a slow start, if I remember rightly, but he was injured again. Something about like August, September with Murphy for some reason. And then came alive, I think, I know we got stuffed 6-1 against Stoke, but you started to see that quality in him. And it's, we haven't looked back. It's very rare. And he's one of them players where even when we think he's had a bad game, the opposition, like, oh my God, Murphy.
It's because the standard that we're used to seeing from him is so high. I don't have any words to describe like how good he is, and the fact that we've got a player that genuinely doesn't look like he's got a weak foot, because that ball he put in for Devlin, that's his weak foot. But I don't know if there's another player in the Championship that can do that. I don't think there is.
No, he's got to be one. If he's not the best, he's got to be second or third best winger in the league by a mile. Like, I don't see other wingers doing what he does.
No.
He's just phenomenal. He's obviously worked on his weaker foot, which I believe is his left.
It is his left foot as weak
somehow.
Is it? He's right-footed.
He's always down as a right footer.
But some of the balls he put in last season, like I think it was the Bristol City game at home where he put the ball right across from, I don't know, he's in between the 18-yard box and the halfway line, right on the byline, and he whipped it across, and it fell to Lang, I think it was, that finished it. And it's absolutely not. His balls into the box from that area is an absolute nightmare for defenders and goalkeepers.
Well, they do. He puts it exactly between the back line and the goalkeeper, and neither know, oh fuck, do I go for it or do I leave it? And as long as you have, Bishop or, Devlin was there this time, kind of, it was towards the back post and Devlin made the run. As long as you've got someone there, you should know by now, with a player of Murphy's quality, that where he's going to get the ball and where he's going to put it. You just got to make sure you get one or two bodies in there, in those areas, to put it away. I just want to go back to, I'm going to bring Miltos in because he's in here. He's on this one. Miltos, I was just going to go back to quickly why do you think, or what it is, why we can't put multiple performances together? So again, it happened last year. Obviously, you had Leeds at home, we beat Leeds, and then we go and lose to Plymouth at home, and we've had it again. We'd played well against Wrexham, albeit not winning, but why have we then shat the bed again against Hull? What is it?
Yeah, good evening. It's a really tricky question, this, because, like you referred, this is something that we were very accustomed to seeing last season, us putting up a very good performance the 1 week and then backing it up with a loss and not being able to capitalize on any sort of momentum that we generate. I don't know if it lies just on mentality. If our mentality is, if there is something wrong about our mentality, or if it's something more than just that. I genuinely felt that against Wrexham, especially in the second half, it was the first time in a while where I genuinely thought that we were going to score. We were playing really well. I thought we were unlucky not to have won that game. And I was like, okay, this is our chance now. Let's capitalize on this, because we were coming out of a game finally feeling disappointed that we kind of got something more out of it. And then we're turning up against Hull in the fashion that we did, which was utterly bizarre in my opinion. So I don't know. I think it's a mixture of just something being wrong in terms of the way we approach the games from a mental point of view, but also I feel like sometimes we probably don't do ourselves enough justice with some of the decisions that we make, especially regarding Hull. It wasn't really a problem because we essentially played with the same lineup that played against Wrexham, apart from Jordan Williams, who came in for the injured Conor Ogilvie. But I don't know, I feel like we are kind of unable right now to capitalize on any sort of spark or momentum that we seem to be creating.
Russ, Daz, you got any ideas? Why aren't we able to do it? Is it the coaching staff are getting them up for one game and they can't carry it on? Is it the physicality? Can't the same players, you play that team against Wrexham and you think, well, we'll play that 11 again, because it did work to an extent. Obviously, we didn't score or win, but it was a vast improvement on the shite we were served up at St Andrews at the weekend before. Can the players not physically deal with that, such an intense load so quick?
I think it's a mixture of a lot of things, to be honest. I don't think the team has zapped the confidence. The team, I still don't think we even know what our best 11 is. Though me and Daz had a bit of a to-do in the chat.
Yeah, it was great. I was getting ready to get in the ring.
We looked we looked better against Wrexham, but for me, Wrexham were poor. They were really, really poor, and I think it shows that you play against a better team with the exact same players, and we got ripped apart. It's just, but I also think it's down to coaching. I've got a list of things I want to talk about in a bit once we finish the review. That
He's got a list.
I've got a list of things. I pointing at the coaching and Messino himself. So, all the people out there that just seem to be blaming the Eisners and the recruitment, I get part of that, and I agree with part of that. But there's some people, and these same people are refusing to put any blame on Messino.
I don't think there's anyone that isn't responsible in some way.
Exactly, it's definitely a Brown thing.
There is, players have to take responsibility, because there is, despite whatever the coaches says of whatever team, whether it's Pompey, whether it's Scum, whether it's Man United, right, or Real Madrid, the players, whatever the coach says to you, you should go out there and still show enough to think, I might not agree with the tactics or the way we're set up, but you should still go out there and fight for the shirt and do yourself proud more than anything else. Is show that you've got the cojones, you've got pride in the way you play and what you do. Because sometimes it feels, and again, this is just a generalisation, it's not necessarily just about Portsmouth. You see players just can't be asked. And where's that intensity? Why are you not playing with that intensity every week? Why can't you get up for it? That, like, the game against Wrexham was a positive from where we got arseholed 4-0 at the weekend. We changed formation, players playing in their, square pegs in square holes. Everyone's playing where they should be. It was a positive one. Let's kick on. And we didn't again. Some of it is, well, obviously the formation change happened against Wrexham. It worked, so you wouldn't have thought to change it again. So that's not really on the coaching staff this time. But it does also come down to maybe the recruitment not been good enough. We know we don't spend enough. We could have spent a bit more, but just because you spend more, you're not guaranteed to work. You look at Wrexham, they spent, 10 million on Nathan Broadhead? What, to come off the bench? Why would you be doing that? There, obviously, I would love us to spend more without going, from the sublime to the ridiculous, without spending £10 million on a backup striker. I wouldn't want us to do that. I just would like us to go, maybe drop a 3, 4, £5 million on one player, and then have the likes of the fees we've paid for Leroux or Kosnovsky, the one Hayden Matthews, Josh Knight, around the £1.5 million mark to accompany it, rather than them be our kind of main signings. But it's an accumulation of multiple segments of the club are responsible for where we are. But the people that have got to work out how to deal with it now until January is ultimately the coaching staff and the players.
Sorry, I was just going to say, but there's so much. It's like, since Michael Doyle's come in, we can't defend a corner to save our life.
I'm sorry, but we weren't amazing at set pieces last year under Joe Perdomo, but we weren't also really shit.
No.
And this year we're really shit. We've conceded another goal from a set piece,
and poorly as well. It's not even like so.
We've allowed that. Obviously, it's a ball to the back post for Kyle Joseph, but he makes right. Terry Devlin scored twice, but he just brushed Terry Devlin aside like he wasn't there.
Yeah.
But if you've got a player that's, Kyle Joseph's got a decent amount of physicality. I mean, Terry Devlin should be able to do it. He's clearly kind of just dropped him and gone, see you later, I'm off. But we've got to do better. And I don't understand. We talked about this last week, I think, with the hybrid zonal and man marking. Just do one. Stop fucking about.
It used to just be, we said it last week, you put your biggest defender on their biggest attacker or their most dangerous player. The point where I was watching the Gary Neville's podcast thing he does on YouTube, and they were talking about corners, and Gary Neville said they never ever worked on corners under Ferguson. Never worked on.
Well, it's because you don't need to. If you know what you're doing,
you just cross it in and try and head it in the net.
The thing is, with that Terry Devlin one, I haven't got an issue with Devlin. He's just got out muscled. That's fine. It can happen. It's not a problem. But the ball, Joseph doesn't jump to head it. It's the fact how far the ball's travelled and it's dropped there. 6 yards out? There's a whole lot of there's a whole lot of players in front of before the ball gets there for people to deal with it. The fact that it's dropped down there in that 6 yard box, That's the criminal part of it. The Devlin thing being out muscled, that can just happen because there's so many different reasons why something can happen like that. But the fact the ball got there in the fucking first place, that's where my issue stands, and that's where where we were all game against Sunderland. Be nice when we were in the Premier League. Was against Hull, was that they were winning every first contact. They were the most proactive team on that pitch, especially in that first in that first half. Second half, I thought it was just a bit of a dull second half. To be fair,
Oh, to be honest, until they scored, I don't even remember anything happening.
no. And then obviously we went down the other end in the last 5 minutes. It was way too late to apply too much pressure. But we were so weak getting the ball. And okay, if you don't play well, that's fine. But you've got to fucking work. You've got to be aggressive. Not aggressive isn't LaRue he was really winding me up. He was making some stupid challenges, quite late and that sort of stuff. Giving away bad, annoying fouls.
Yeah, it's
And then
amazing
the
he
rest
never
of them,
got a yellow card.
Boat would not press. Whoever that is, it Coyle down their right hand side.
Yeah.
He had the whole right side to himself, pretty much.
Yeah.
He had so much, and I don't mind if a player can get the ball in the box because that will happen again. But if you aren't going and pressing and getting his head down, so you either one, he can't get a clean ball into the box, or it's a rushed and a hurried ball in the box, then that's okay. It works, but especially their first goal, that came from just us being weak as shit down the fucking right hand side, like we were our left hand side, like we were the whole first half anyway.
And Josh Knight just let it go past him. But going back to the corner, someone in that game made my mind up. So I've been debating in my head for ages now. Does Schmidt get straight back in this team because of how good Bursic's been? Yeah. But Schmidt comes out and catches that ball. I actually put blame on Bursic for the second goal.
I was going to say I wonder where I can't remember. I haven't watched the goals back because I saw him once. I don't want to see him again. And I did wonder where Bursic was. Now he's been really good for us. But there's certain aspects like that I think where he needs to be better.
It's the levels, isn't it? And that's where Schmidt for me. I'm not slagging Bursic off. He's been fantastic. He actually kept the scoreline down at certain points. But Schmidt would have come out and caught that. Yeah. There was a player. So actually, you can argue. Did you both watch the Man City Liverpool game?
No.
Did you see the Van Dijk incident?
I've seen that. Yeah.
Right. So that goal got called off, wasn't it? Because the player was stood by the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Well, their second goal technically should never have counted because their player was stood on our goalkeeper and was miles offside. Anyway, Bursic should have come out, and if he couldn't because the player was there, then he should have done what all goalkeepers do and just throw himself on the floor and won a free kick. Schmidt now, in my head, I'm like, yeah, he's levels above Bursic. He's another level ahead. Bursic's been quality. He's a fantastic backup goalkeeper. But Schmidt will, if he's fit, once he's fit, I don't know if it's for Millwall or after.
It was targeted for Millwall, wasn't it?
So straight back in the side.
And that's the thing, a player coming back in isn't saying that the other player's bad. I mean, look, if you take Yang and Murphy down that left hand side, every day I'd say Murphy's in there. Not because Yang's no good, because Yang's been playing well. It's just the fact that the level that Murphy's at. And you have to, and in this, especially where we are now, we can't really afford to go, well, he's a better player, but we'll just ease him in if we because we're in a good position. We don't have to rush him. Not saying we rush them and get them back, but they need to come back.
So to kind of, obviously the third goal, it was a really easy ball from Charlie Hughes up over the top. Bowat and Williams are both just ball watching. Played over the top. Gelhardt touches it down, slightly fortuitous as he touches it onto his thigh, which then kills it. Other than that, I think it was going to run away from him. And then Bursic's coming out and he just loops it over and game done pretty much.
I think Bowat just made it too easy for him. He didn't put any sort of pressure on him to put him off or anything. It just
that's the worst of all three of them. 100% the worst, because I could guarantee it. After the game, that will be the goal that infuriates the whole team, because
Well, if you just having the ball played over the top, that's gonna,
one ball over
their
the top.
first goal, they actually played some decent football. They had a good passing pattern around us. Whereas that one ball straight over the top is just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, one ball over the top, and we've also kind of got two players in that area, and he's managed to get in between both of them. And then, the touch is really good and the finish is great, 100%. But he should never have had that much time and space to be able to do that in the first place. That just shows me that, because as we said, Russ, they didn't have there wasn't really much going on before that game,
No,
and
I
that
generally
goal, and
thought the game was
maybe
just going
players
to end
switched off.
2-2. I
Yeah,
thought the game was just going to filter out into a boring draw.
which would be nice.
Entertaining good first half, boring second.
Yeah.
And then, we decided to go, and even the subs annoyed me, even before, I didn't get at all, all game I kept, well, not all game, but for the second half I thought, right, let's bring Yang on now. Let's get Kirk on now. Chaplin was having another howler. Bishop didn't really do much either, other than, I know he won the ball back. Let's bring them on it. And he bring, I get why he brought, Pack on, because LaRue was having a bad game. I have no issue with that. But what is this fucking thing with subbing on right backs every fucking game? Fucking insane. I don't get it. I don't understand it. It makes no sense. It's pissing me off.
Is it because the all of our right backs, well, two of them are kind of injury prone? Can they not survive the intensity of playing that right wing back role for so long?
And I never looked at him before. Devlin needs to come off. Nothing was happening at that point. It was just bizarre. And it's bizarre every single game. It just, I don't know. And then, Kirk comes on. He has a volley he should have done better with. And then there was a Murphy quality cross. And I generally thought Kirk was just going to head it to the back of the net. And that, I can't remember.
Is that the one he headed into the ground?
No, Charlie Hughes just got there just before him.
Unbelievable header.
And it was like an open goal. He would have just the easiest goal you would ever score in your life. But other than that, we didn't deserve anything. We didn't even I was just I'll take this 2-2 because we don't deserve it. And it's just opening questions all week of recruitment, management, Eisner's, which, if you don't mind, if we segue onto that now.
Yeah, I was just before we finish, I want to kind of give one the same question to all of you, both of you and Miltos. I'll go to Miltos first. Miltos, from that defeat against Hull, you can change one thing for Millwall. What is it you change?
Well,
Is it the players? Is it the mentality? What are you thinking?
Yeah, well, like I said before, we can sit here talking about the mentality and mentality issues all day long. And I feel like after a certain point, it becomes a little bit of a cliche and just words in the air, because it's not something, practical, not something you can really dwell on it too much. One thing that I would change, I think you guys just covered it there. Nico Smith in for Bersic. I think Bersic is a magnificent choice to have as a backup. But Smith, if fit and available, he starts for me. He's our number one. Now, apart from that, I want to see more of Young. I know this comes a little bit out of the blue, but I feel like his sudden disappearance of the side completely. Obviously and naturally, Josh Murphy has come back, retained his place in the starting 11. That was to be expected. But I feel like we need to find a way to facilitate both him and Murphy on the attack. At least give that thing a go. Because right now we do lack something. We do need something different in attack. And
I think the problem with that, Miltos, now, I agree with you before this international break, but we now should have Lang and Segasic back, and they're going to play ahead of him.
That is correct. And so in that case, you definitely want to play Callum Lang on. Definitely want to get his energy back. And maybe we will be able to reverse to our famous high pressing style of football, which won us a lot of games last season, especially on home soil. At least you'd expect that we revert back to that in some capacity. So yeah, Callum Lang for me, if fit and available, he's got to start, definitely.
Daz, what's the one thing you'd change for Millwall?
Ownership, everything. I think it's like, to be honest, you got to like. What I would like to change is some consistency in a back line that are going to be consistent, but that's something on the day which the players have to step up and do. Like, you can't change that really. I think I would. It's difficult, to be honest. Maybe. Oh, I don't know, to be honest.
Granddad's memory's gone.
No, it's not that. It's just that there's, like, for me, like...
I need more than one.
Yeah. The thing is, it's for me, like, I don't know if it's just a mentality thing. Like, I think what I would like maybe is to see more, especially more positive substitutions a bit earlier. I think give Kirk a little bit of extra time.
That is a very good thing to say, because it's frustrating how long we leave certain players on the pitch for.
Yeah, I'm not saying get them on like the 55th minute, but I don't know, half an
70,
hour, 70 minutes.
Yeah, 70 minutes.
Give him like 20 minutes, like, because I mean, if anyone's played football, like, and you could come on as a sub, I've been on the bench a few times in my time. I mean, you
bench
come on,
warmer.
you need a good like 2.5, 5 minutes just to feel your way into the game, and especially if the game is like high tempo and that kind of stuff, you do need to feel your way into the game. So yeah, I think maybe like on the 70th minute latest, make some positive substitutions. Obviously, it depends if you're winning. You're winning like, well, I don't know, by once, so you might want to change other aspects of the game. But if we're drawing or we're chasing the game, yeah, get Kirk on just a little bit earlier.
Russ?
Either Lang or Segasic for Chaplin.
Mm-hmm.
If they're fit, obviously.
What about... So you're bringing Nico in for Bursic?
Yeah. I'm not sure about when Schmidt's definitely back, but if he's available, 100%.
The last one I watched of Messina's press conference, obviously we'll talk about Millwall more next week, was that it was Lang, Blair, Segacic and Nico were the ones that should be back for Millwall.
But did he talk about Uma and all?
He's another one that's died.
He died. All right, okay.
He's died. He's with Jacob Farrell.
All right, okay.
No, I saw both of them at the Wrexham game.
Franco Ume's still 5 weeks away.
Jesus.
He's just constantly 5 weeks away.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Great.
That's why I said he's dead with Jacob Farrell.
I have seen people saying, why have we signed him if he's injured? But you can still sign players if they're injured. Like, it's like, I mean, Jonathan Woodgate is the biggest example. When he went to Real Madrid, he had his injury issues, but what they do is yeah, I think it was, wasn't it? if they can see and they don't think it's going to be an issue long term, and Ume is a long term sign, isn't he? He's not someone we need now. If you wouldn't sign a Chaplin like if he was injured for now, like, do you mean you want him hitting the ground? So I guess in like certain players they allow that injury to think, but I mean, I hope we see him.
I'll tell you what, but having Schmidt, Lang, Seggers, and Blair, if they say they are all back for Millwall, that's a massive game changer.
Yeah,
you're just missing Shaughnessy, really.
Yeah, pretty much. And you've got the only problem that I've got with that is the fact that you've still now with Ogilvy out, you've got only one left-footed defender in the whole defence.
So
which is why we're supposedly in the market for a left back.
In the nicest way towards Ogilvy, I've always said I wanted like someone better. So I'm actually kind of glad that we're now forced to look for another left back.
But we're not going to be getting someone better than Ogilvy, because if they were, they wouldn't be on a free, would they?
No, God, we don't get him on a free. I'm talking about in January.
Well, we need to. What I think is we need to sign a left back now. Obviously, there's like Sergio Reguilon's on a free. It's not happening, right? He was on like 50 grand a week at Spurs, so he's not going to be coming here.
But then if you said to him, look, you can train, you can play till January, like you earn some money. It's better than earning no money, surely.
Well, I don't know. But you whoever it is, you need to get them in. Short-term deal till January. Knowing the club, this person that they want to sign is already training with us.
Probably.
And they just won't announce it until like the day before or the day of Millwall, and they're already registered and they've taken up that last spot in our squad list. You give them hopefully they found someone. Might be too good to be true. They get this week and a half, 2 weeks of training. Maybe not Millwall, or maybe they can come on against Millwall. They've got 2 months to have a go, and then you go out and you say, cheers for that, you're fully fit now, someone else will pick you up, we'll see you later. And then you go and spend a chunk of money on a first choice left back, like quality one. But you also then got to go and find a first choice winger, a quality one as well, for the right hand side. Yeah. But it's a shame, obviously, we've seen Jacob Farrell play twice. He did well against Sheffield United last season. He wasn't so great against Reading this season in the Carabao Cup. But
although stats show that actually he was the best player on the pitch, which is weird, isn't it?
Yeah. It just hasn't worked. He's constantly injured. He hasn't been able to adapt over here. But just needs to terminate his contract, really. And obviously his contract's up in the summer anyway. But moving on, Russ, you wanted to talk about other things, I believe.
Well, yeah, I just want to talk about the general problem, and sort of looking at everything, not just at one or two. So for me, there's a fault all round. I don't know how you boys feel. I do think the Eisners need to fork out. I remember saying the end of last season, I don't want to be a Plymouth and not, back the team and then end up struggling, which, we're only 2 points better off than we were a year ago now. We were saying a few weeks ago, well, we're miles better off than we were this time last year. Well, it's starting to go the other way now. But then also, I want to look at the recruitment, and all of this ain't a complete slag off. Does that make sense? It's just like, do you think with the recruitment, these projects need to stop for a while, and let's just concentrate on, how many of these projects are actually working? Probably what? One?
Sega.
Yeah, that's what I mean. One, maybe Matthews. Overall, the Aussie project is probably failing, I would say. I don't know how you boys feel.
Yengi worked for a year.
Yeah. Farrell hasn't worked. Waddingham isn't working.
Farrell's dead.
Yeah. Well, Waddingham's on his way to death at the moment if he carries on. Sega's has never been injured in his life. Do you know what I mean? Like, and that was a physical injury. That's something that can happen at any player, any point, any time. He's recovered a hell of a lot quicker than what they thought. So that's a good thing. Shows his resilience physically. But, you're looking at Kosneski, your LaRue's, your Blairs, your Franco Humas. There's a lot of these players that we're bringing in, and, what point is it? Are these starting to show these are more Hugh signings than Messino signings? I don't know how you boys feel.
I don't know if Kosnovsky and Leroux count as a project signing
I think Kosnovsky.
because they're more experienced, like older players. Like when I think of a project, I'm thinking of, Segacic is also not. He's one that's for the now and for the future, kind of in one. But you think of more of the Waddingham, the Blair, the Franco Ume. They're the ones that are for not necessarily for now, which isn't a problem that you sign these players. Okay, they seem to all be getting injured, whether that's their fault, our fault, whatever. To accompany players for the future, you've also got to sign some players for the now, because we can't be relying on a 19-year-old on loan from Spurs or a 20-year-old kid that's only, joined from Liverpool last year, who hasn't really played a lot of men's football, or a 19-year-old from Palace who hasn't actually played any men's football yet. We can't be relying on these players to be trying to match what Josh Murphy, who's a 31-year-old seasoned pro, can do on the other side. And I'm not saying we're going to be able to go out and find pretty much another version of Josh Murphy. There is one, but he currently plays in the Champions League for Newcastle, which is his twin.
But
we need to. It's fine to have these guys for the future, but they need loans. They need to go out and play football, because there's no good them just sitting there. There's no development squad for them to get up and running. There's no development squad for them to get minutes in and get fit or stay fit. So when they come into the first team, they're ready and they're not going to get injured. They need to go out on loan, but to cover that, you need to be getting first choice players in now.
Because you look at the signings. So we've had Kosnovsky, Josh Knight, which I know he's playing regularly. But if Shaughnessy was in, I doubt he'd be on the pitch. I don't know if I'm wrong with that. Franco Ume, whatever his name is. He wouldn't be playing much. Segacic would. Swift, has been brought in and has not hit the ground we're running, but I wouldn't say that's on the recruitment. Swift, and he's one of them players, and I think you brought up before, Daz, that just, he looks like he's just not interested, but that's just seems to be him rather than, there are players out there that just have this, they just, I can't describe it. They just don't look interested at all.
Yeah.
And he definitely one of those. Bursic was obviously brought in as a number 2. Leroux, we've seen here and there, he's looked good, but then he was awful Saturday. Chaplin, which, on paper, what a signing. You can't blame the recruitment team for that. I've made that, you can't say there's no ambition.
But can you?
What? With Chaplin?
Yeah, because why did we need another number 10?
Because
You've got
Chaplin's one of those.
Your plan was
No, because the reason we signed Chaplin, it was a panic because we couldn't manage to find a right winger, and we thought one of them might be able to play a right wing, whether it's Lang, Segacic, Chaplin, or Swift, or Kosnovsky. We've got 5 number 10s. We don't need 5. We hoped by getting Chaplin in, he might be able to play on the right. I spoke to an Ipswich fan today, and he went, "Why hasn't Chaplin been doing well?" I went, "We've been playing him on the right until about 2 weeks ago." And he went, "Why? He's a number 10." I went, "Because we've got 5 number 10s. We signed him. It was a last minute panic, and it got some fans on side because it does. It's true. We do not need Colin Chaplin.
Literally, there are certain players that if they become available, you just go and get them, and then you try and work it out.
That's what I was going to say.
And Chaplin is a top end championship player. Played Premier League last season, scored a fair few goals. Sometimes there's players like that who you just go and get, and then you just work it out after that. I don't think it's like a panic or trying to get fans on side.
Oh, it's 100% a panic.
It's not. It's definitely not.
No, it wasn't a panic.
It's not. But it just hasn't worked out. That we can be maybe guilty of stuff like that. for other occasions. But with Chaplin, it's like it's a no-brainer because one, he's popular down here. We've wanted him back for years. Like he's a Pompey boy. Like he's at the. I mean, he was still playing for Ipswich that weekend. So and he started. So it's not like he wasn't playing in that favour as such. Do you mean? It's just that it just hasn't worked, and even though we are playing on the right hand side, there are things that he's done which he still should be doing better. Okay, like you could play a player out of position, but that doesn't account for certain passes being misplaced and things like that. That's down to the player, and it's just not happened for him yet. Like the good thing about January and the way we've done our business in January since Richard Hughes has come in is that he's plugged the gaps that we needed to plug, and he's brought in certain players to get the job done. It's not ideal, and you can't keep doing that because at some point it's going to backfire. You can't always constantly rely on January to get you out the fucking shit. So at one point our summer's got to be absolutely bang on. But I'll give Rich Hughes January and see how he
But
does with that.
I'll fight back against you with Chaplin has also. When we got Chaplin in, let's just say the results haven't changed, nothing's changed. But he's playing how Murphy does, where, he's the standout in the team. We wouldn't be sat here going, do we need him? Do we need him? It's easy to say because it isn't working. If he come in and he flew, no one would be going, well, why did we bring him in? Do you mean?
Because it was a panic because we couldn't get a right winger in.
It wasn't a panic. It wasn't like he was a last minute signing. I know it happened on deadline day.
It was a last minute signing. That's exactly what it was.
No, because we all knew the clubs, the player and the clubs knew about it on the Saturday after the games had finished. It was going on all weekend.
Yeah. Well, it's still last minute though, isn't it? Yeah. We had the whole window to get a first choice right winger in and we failed to do that. And that's a failure on the club.
It is, and I agree with you on that. But if you get an opportunity, so, okay, let's argument's sake. I know it wouldn't happen in a million years, but Harry Kane, for some reason, is now, you're able to go and sign him. Yeah? Would you go, well, we don't need Harry Kane.
Well, we do.
We don't need Harry Kane. Let's just not, not bother doing.
No, because we clearly do need another second striker that's better than what we've got.
I'm just, what I mean is like what Daz says, when a player comes up, you just take them, don't you?
Yeah, and so far that's not worked.
Yeah, it's not worked. But what I'm saying, if Chaplin all suddenly after the international break starts scoring goals and getting assists, that's not on the club. When we signed him, how buzzing were we all?
Yeah, of course. There you go. Yeah, but I appreciate that. But it still doesn't cover for the fact it was also part of a cover to the fact that we didn't sign a right winger.
But you don't know that. You don't.
Oh, of course it is. We don't because know. He's taken up that space.
Well, no, he started down the middle against Scubbers in his first game.
He was down the middle and Segers was on the right.
And then you're playing Segacic or you're playing Lang out of position.
I know, but that was going to be the plan.
No, but the plan's wrong. So immediately, by signing him, you're admitting you're going to go square pegs in round holes.
Yeah.
Brilliant. So failure in recruitment.
Yeah, and
so don't sign him. Sign someone else.
Yeah, but there's no one else.
It's not a failure in ambition, though, is it?
Yeah.
To sign a player like Chaplin is not a failure in ambition.
It's a failure in recruitment, though.
Yeah, I didn't say it wasn't. I never said it wasn't. I've pointed my finger at recruitment. All I said is the one thing you can't say it's not is ambitious. It's not. It's not like we've signed a washed-up 34-year-old Chaplin.
No, I appreciate that, but you've put your money in the wrong area.
Yeah. But I'm saying, would you argue it's not ambitious?
No, it is ambitious, but the fact that they've put it. But the fact that they've put it in the wrong area is bizarre.
Yeah. That's a failure on recruitment. What I was saying with the ambitious side of it was actually, well, you can't fault the ambition of bringing in a player. Because people have been going, there's no ambition in the recruitment or no ambition with the Eisners.
Having a player on paper of Chaplin's quality is ambitious, and being able to get someone with the pedigree that he's had over the last 3 to 4 years. But when you've already got 4 other players that can play as an attacking midfielder, and you're desperate for that star right winger that didn't come, it's poor to put that money into that position when you're already well stocked.
Yeah,
But
maybe
that-
there was the right winger wasn't there to get. Like the deal, maybe there wasn't a deal.
So you're telling me they didn't have any list of probably 5 names that they couldn't get any
Well,
right
I
winger?
don't know. You don't know
Yeah,
how many
mate.
they'll have, but like if there's certain cycles.
So that's that's down more on poor recruitment
Well,
then.
yeah,
If they couldn't get any,
I'm not sticking up for the
no, but
recruitment.
if yours if like I can say it's poor, we can say poor recruitment for one position, but like poor recruitment overall is a bit more difficult to say. Like every window, you're not going to get everything you want. And in an ideal world, Richie probably would have been starting now. Like if Richie didn't like sort of demand to be playing every week, I don't know for
you
definite, but like
throw his toys out of
yeah,
the pram.
he might have, then he'll probably would be playing right now as a natural right
But then
winger.
he wouldn't suit the way we play.
Maybe not.
We don't play a high press anymore.
Well, to be honest, we kind of did against Wrexham, and look, we were pressing a bit higher then. So
Yeah, but that's the only time this
yeah,
season
so I
we've
don't
done it.
understand why we haven't really continued that. I don't know,
Yeah,
but yeah,
but
we needed a proper right winger, and we'll have to see what happens in January. But
We have to get one in January.
well,
If we don't, it's totally unacceptable.
yeah,
yeah, but we're not sticking up for the recruitment. My point was more about the ambition side of it. Because I'm looking at it from a devil's advocate point of view of, okay, I've taken in what everyone's saying, and the words like ambition comes up. Well, Chaplin sort of pushes your, like if they had no
It's
ambition, they wouldn't have got Chaplin.
to go kind of back the other way to that though, is showing ambition on one player, although he's from here and he is what he is. It is only a loan. Is signing a player on loan enough ambition?
Is it enough? Probably not. No.
not if that's your only player.
Because it obviously is signing a player of that caliber. Obviously, it hasn't worked so far, but on paper, signing a player of that level is ambitious. But is it ambitious enough that he's the only player of that caliber that you've signed?
Well, if you think about it,
No.
like Swift coming in, like he should be. He's played top end championship pretty much all his career. So there's also that.
Yeah, I thought he'd only played about 2 years in the Championship.
Who Swift?
He was at Reading,
Reading,
wasn't he?
yeah, but they were in the championship.
When they were in the championship,
But that's not top end, though.
Well,
is
they were
it?
fighting for playoffs most seasons at that point.
I don't know. To be quite honest with you, Reading's a club I've never really bothered following.
But like
so.
he's well, even if you call him mid-table championship player, like that's like people want championship players that are like top end. But unfortunately, we ain't gonna get the very very top end championship players. We ain't gonna get them. That's the way it is. So we're gonna have to get certain other players, or if we do get those players, they're coming on loan, like Chaplin, which he's meant to be. But yeah, like
For me, Swift. My issue with Swift, I never wanted him. Whenever I've watched him for West Brom, he looks exactly how I'm seeing him for Pompey. But I get your point, Daz. You're talking, like as I said, I can't remember what leagues Reading have been in, but if they were high, like mid to high level championship team, and then he's gone to West Brom, you expect better from him.
yeah.
And but it's just, so the recruitment, so we're all agreement the recruitment needs to be better. Things have not worked, things have failed.
Again, that also comes from, Rich Hughes he might get some flack, but he can only sign players within the budgets he's given.
Yeah. So then you're looking at the Eisners, the budget needs to be upped, or otherwise, we are.
And again, we're not expecting. Well, some people might. I'm not expecting ridiculous money like spending £10 million on Nathan Broadhead. That is stupid and unreasonable. But as I said earlier, going out and buying a player for 4 or 5 million that is showing a bit more about it. Because you need to sign a left back in January. You need to sign a right winger in January. You'd arguably could do with sending Mackenzie Kirk out on loan or Waddingham out on loan, one of them, if Waddingham is fit, and signing another striker that is actually more seasoned and ready rather than 21 or younger to compete with Bishop and offer something different. So there's 3 places that's going to cost you, well, you're probably looking at about 3-4 million already. But are they willing to spend that in January? Probably not. Unless they get someone of a Chaplin calibre that becomes available on loan. But again, they're probably not going to.
The only way you get that is if you have a Hayden Matthew. There was Isaac Caden situation. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where, you know, it suits the players, suits the clubs. You know, you get like an all win-win-win situation. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which, you know, what's the chance of that happening again? Maybe we get James Maddison on loan. But now, you know, so there's a lot that Messino has to take flak for this season. This time last year, I don't think I ever really questioned him at all. But some of the decisions he's making this season, and this isn't me calling him to be sacked. I know I've wound you two up in the chat saying he needs to go. I don't want him to go. I love the bloke. So
see, this is why we can't take you seriously. This is why I didn't go either way, because I can't tell if he's taking the piss or not.
No, I don't want him sacked. I want him to wake up, doing and see. Well, surely you're seeing what we see and what everyone else sees, and all. You know, you listen to pundits talk about us. You listen to, you know, Guy Whittingham talk about it. Everyone's saying the same things. Fans, pundits, players, blah blah blah. So why isn't he seeing it? Why this whole, you know, like you can go back to why on earth, and I'm not being biased here, was Segasic dropped? He was our most influential player away from Murphy. Scored the most, assisted the most, and we looked better with him on the pitch than we did without him on the pitch. He got dropped for Swift, who, yeah, all right, he scored a good goal against Leicester, but was playing nowhere near the same levels as Segasic was. And it baffles me to this day, things like that.
I'm going to get you a nice Christmas present.
I hope you do.
And you're going to love it.
I don't understand things like, just like really negative substitutions a lot. Keeping players on that, you know, like Chaplin's more than should have come off. Bishop should have come off. And this right back situation where he just keeps subbing him on every game. And, you know, the messing about with, you know, you brought Pack back in because things weren't working out with Swift. Well, actually, you could argue we were getting better results with Swift and Giselle in the middle. I'm surprised we haven't gone back to that, because when you think about it, we were actually better with Swift and Giselle in the middle. You know, it just, the fact that people don't want to take any, there's people out there that don't want to put any blame onto Messino just baffles me, because he does deserve to take some blame. I'm not saying it's fully on him. Again, you can argue, well, he's only got what he can work with, but playing Chaplin out wide when he's a 10, forcing Swift in when he's not playing well, dropping Segasic, who was our most influential player, there's right back subs, negative subs, keeping Bishop on, keeping Chaplin on. Like, we weren't having these discussions a year ago. What's changed?
I think he's wanting to go back to how he wanted to play last year, which is that possession-based football. But at this level, we do not have those players to be able to play that style. And this time last year, he noticed that and had changed. Why hasn't he noticed it this year? Unless he's just being that stubborn that he says, I don't really care. I just want to play that way. But at the end of the day, that's going to be he's going to be the architect of his own downfall and Pompey's downfall if he does. Because, yes, I appreciate it might not be the way he wants to play, but good managers adapt to the situations they're put in or given. And last year we adapted, and I appreciate teams, when you get to your second year, teams know how to play you. So maybe the high press may not be as effective because, teams will they'll just kick it long instead and they avoid that press. But something's got to change because we can't keep playing the possession-based football. One, because it doesn't work, because we don't have the players. And two, we're not in a place where we're still not in the relegation zone yet. We're in a decent position. This year, again, is all about staying in the league. When we came up, we said 2 to probably 3 or 4 seasons, our aim should literally be to stay up with trying to get an improvement either on points or league position where we can. But I don't know whether the start of this season made people think, we should be, I don't know, pushing for playoffs or something. I don't know. But our aim is to stay up. So we need to, I don't know where my train of thought's gone now. It's kind of, I've lost it. But I've just seen Jude Bellingham's abs, so it's put me off.
In person.
But yeah, I don't know. Russ, you carry on, mate. I've just lost my train of thought completely.
But Daz, like, what do you think on the situation with Messino at the moment? Like, even yourself have been a bit critical of substitutions and stuff like that. What's your overall thoughts?
I think I said it a little while ago. I think he's just overthinking it a little bit. I don't know whether he hasn't got the certain players to be able to play a certain way. Obviously, I don't think injuries have helped him. It's a tough one, isn't it? Because unless you're in the sort of changing room and in day to day, it's hard to know what he's thinking. I just think that I think with Lang out and things like that, he's never really had consistent bunch of players to be able to work with. And I think that's been apart from even when we got promoted, we still had fair few injuries which he had to keep adapting to and stuff like that. And I suppose you can only do it a certain amount of time. I don't think the players are helping him out. Certain players, obviously like Chaplin and Swift, aren't being consistent enough to help him out. Obviously, not having Murphy. So, because obviously we had Murphy, then obviously he came out. So you've got to change the way we play. And yeah, obviously the defenders on Saturday. I thought against Wrexham, I've got a new formation, new setup. I think we can really push on from here. But then I think he's been let down by the players on Saturday because I don't think that's a tactical thing. Because Hull played some half decent football and things like that, but the third goal just shows the ball just one long ball. That's not down to tactics. That's down to the players switching off and not being weak as piss. He does need to, as I said, I think positive changes earlier in the game, I think could help. But I think what we need is to be able to string a good couple of performances together and good wins together, and then we'll see. The thing is, he's going through a bit of a sticky patch. I mean, the whole club is at the moment. But it's important we give him some time, as we said, till Christmas, and then we'll see where we're at.
So let's just say we go on a bad run now till Christmas. We're in the bottom 3. Are you then looking to get rid?
It depends on the performances, doesn't it? Because we could still lose. Because in this league, you could still lose games playing well. It depends if you can see something happening. And after the Wrexham game, I thought, okay, it looks like we've got a plan here. But then against Hull, it looked we didn't. But I think that was down to the players. He's got I think when we play Millwall at home, I think we've got to really go and hit the ground running. We've got to be really positive. And we've got Hull, I've got Millwall, Charlton, and Swansea, I think, the next 3 games after the international break. And if we don't come out of that with 6 points, I'd
Well,
like maybe 7,
Charlton we've lost
then
already because we always lose.
yeah. But if we don't come out of there with positive points and playing, we have to be playing like Barcelona, but we have to be playing at a good standard, then I think he'll start losing more. Like I said, I would give him to at least until December, and if the performances haven't improved rather than results, then I mean it's football,
I
it's
think
business, isn't it? Even I love him so much, but it's business. So
I think it also depends on the performances. As in, does it look like he's lost the players?
yeah.
So if we're at Christmas, but we're 1 point inside the relegation zone, you can see the players are still trying, then I don't think you pull that trigger. But if you can see like the players, like it was at the end of Cowley and Jacket, where they're basically like, I can't be fucking arsed anymore, then you have to change it. I don't know. It's hard to think about it because obviously he has done so well so far in his 2 years. It's hard to know really. It's something that we'll come across. I mean, we go out and we beat Millwall. They just got pumped 4-0 by Birmingham. If we go out and beat Millwall next weekend, then
Happy days.
happy days, and we're all kind of forgotten,
The
right?
thing is, he changed up a little bit like last season, didn't he? And we played a different sort of way than what we did towards at the start of the season when we weren't picking up results and weren't looking particularly good. So I just hope that is what's going to happen moving forward now. And so he's done more than enough in these last 2 seasons to be given the benefit of the doubt for a good period of time. And I don't mean as in losing a few games and then we'll get rid of him. He needs a good run with, especially with the likes of Lang, Segatic, and who's our keeper?
Schmidt.
Schmidt.
Back before you can really judge him properly. But he is going to have to. He does need to turn it around.
Yeah.
Right. Let's move on because I've just realised it's 9:15.
No traitors on tonight. What are you worried about?
Just realising it's going to be a 2-hour podcast.
That'd be love. There's no one's got anything else to do this weekend, so they might as well listen to us.
No, they can listen to us ramble on. Let's go. We'll go, Russ. Shall we do your Taskmaster?
Yeah, let's do it. Right, so England squad for the World Cup. We'll probably do this again nearer the time.
Is it March internationals?
Yeah, so we'll probably do around about March time and just see if anything changes. So obviously some players hit form, don't they, or drop off. But so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do who would we take to the World Cup if it was sort of now. No one I think that we'd pick has got who's been ruled out for the season, I believe. Is that right?
Yeah.
So they definitely wouldn't be going. So I thought if we just did it all position by position, and then at the end we just do a quick who would you start? Yeah.
Yep.
Happy with that?
Yeah.
Right, Daz, give me your goalkeepers. I'm assuming there's 3 of them.
There is Pickford, Dean Henderson, and Aaron Ramsdale.
Ooh, Ramsdale.
Yeah, I just think Ramsdale will.
He's not even playing, is he?
No, I know, but Pope. I just don't get me wrong. I think he's a good goalkeeper, but to play out from the back end of the ball with his feet, he's like Bambi on ice.
Okay.
Jordan Pickford, Dean Henderson, and James Trafford.
That's the same 3 I've got. Yeah.
Just because of that playing out from the back.
Yeah.
Comfortable at the feet, and he's better than Pope, and we're not having a scummer in the team.
Yeah, that was my thinking and all.
Mate, I couldn't care less if a scummer scored and won the World Cup for us, mate.
No, because we'd never hear the end of
that
it.
Arsenal fan that refuses to.
No, I'll be all over it, mate.
Right backs, Daz.
Mine was Reece James and Trent.
Okay. Has.
I've got Reece James, and then I've got two players that can play both sides, like either side fullback.
Yep.
So I'll just say both of them. It was Tino Livramento and Jed Spence.
Good. Okay, I've gone Reece James and Livramento as well. Left backs, Has, I come to you this time?
So my other actual out-and-out left back is Miles Lewis-Skelly.
No Nico O'Reilly then?
Not at the minute.
God, we look so much better with Eze and Bellingham on. Sorry.
We do.
Daz?
Mine's Lewis Skelly and Spence.
Yeah, so I've gone Nico O'Reilly. I love watching him play.
Over Lewis-Skelly.
No, I've got Skelly.
Oh, okay.
I
think it depends because Lewis-Skelly's obviously not playing at the minute.
Yeah, that's true.
Obviously,
but I just think he's just such a talent.
Yeah, well, that's the problem. Is obviously you've got Calafiore's got that nailed down at the minute.
But do you know when I said earlier I had 27, it was Jed Spence that I took out. I was going to take him because the same reasons you, so you can play right or left. And then I just thought, you know what? Who wants 3 fullbacks? So he was literally my 27th man. But I wouldn't mind it if he went at all.
I would say the same with Nico O'Reilly. I toyed with him and Lewis-Skelly.
Yeah. If it was O'Reilly and Sped or Skelly, it don't bother me. As long as Reece James is the one for me that's out of all the fullbacks,
especially under a Tommy Tuchel.
Yeah,
he loves Reece James. It's like it's his little son.
Yeah, definitely. Has centre backs? How many have you got?
5.
Yeah, I've got 5. I thought I overpicked. Go on then.
So I've got Mark Gahey, John Stones, Esri Konsa, Dan Burn, and this one is a bit contentious because technically he will be back before, but whether he'll be fit is Levi Colwill.
Well, he's got the same 5.
Yeah, I've got 4, but I just didn't have Dan Burn in there.
Who's your 4? The same, but without Burns. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Have you got a 5th centre back, or is that it?
No, well, Dan Burn I wrote him down, but I did scribble him out because the attacking numbers I wanted to fit more in.
The only reason why I take Dan Burn is to bring him on if we're losing with like 10 minutes to go.
Just fucking stick him up front.
Big old boy.
Cause carnage.
Imagine if he scored a goal to win us the game. I want him to go and do that stupid dance that he does.
Yeah. When he wins us the World Cup. You've heard that here first.
Yeah.
Dan Burn wins us the World Cup. So at the moment, we're all pretty much on the same wavelength here, which is good. No arguments yet. Centre mids, Daz, how many have you got? Like,
4.
I'm talking 6, 8s. No cams though. No 10s.
No, they're just the normal sitting 2.
Yeah. The pivots, as they call them.
It's 4. Yeah, it's 4 and 8, not 6 and 8.
Whatever.
6 is a centre back. By 4 centre mids are Adam Wharton, Declan Rice, Elliot Anderson, and I've gone for Conor Gallagher as well.
Okay. Conor Gallagher, that's an interesting one.
I like his energy.
Yeah, terrible on the ball though.
Yeah. But just run and fucking stop.
He can't even get minutes for Atletico at the minute. So
they're poor at the moment as well. Has
3 of the same in Anderson, Wharton, and Rice, and I've actually got Jordan Henderson in there.
I don't feel necessarily Gallagher now.
No. He's not there because he's going to play. He's there as a senior player to help because the majority of this squad are quite young. And you've only really got John Stones, Pickford, Harry Kane, are really those experienced players. Declan Rice as well, to an extent, a bit younger. But I think having Jordan Henderson in and around the camp, I think would actually be quite a big benefit.
I'll just bring him as well, though. Just don't put him in the squad. Just bring him as well.
Bring him. Does he have to be in the squad?
Yeah, if he's never going to
I
play,
don't know.
put him on the coaching staff.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know who else I'd put in instead. So
Well,
certainly not Conor Gallagher.
I've cheated with my centre mids because I've put a Cam in centre mid because I want him.
Jude Bellingham. See, I didn't know if he counted or not.
I wanted him as my 8. Well, we'll get to the lineup later. So Rice, Bellingham, Wharton, Anderson, and Morgan Rogers. I've gone for 5.
Well, he's there too, but he's more of a 10 as well.
Well, I like to cheat with my centre mids.
So the rest of my midfielders then, as you've basically named half of them, are Morgan Rogers, Jude Bellingham, Eberici Eze and Cole Palmer.
Well, they your 10s.
Yeah. So you've got 4 10s. But Bellingham can play as an 8 if needed. Eze can play on the left if needed. Cole Palmer could technically play on the right if you need to. So they've all got kind of multiple positions to play.
What about your 10s, Des?
Well, 10s and should we just do 10s and attacking mids anyway? Because again, as has said, they can always Jude Bellingham, Saka, Gordon, Gibbs White, Cole Palmer, Eze, Morgan Rogers, Phil Foden.
Why are you naming wingers?
Because I just said all attacking players. Just like they're attacking players.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Wingers are attacking players.
Why have you got to silly old granddad complicating things, doing his own little thing?
Name just what's left of
I said to Russ, should I just name all my attacking players? And he said, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't count wingers as that.
Well, they're attacking players.
Yeah. Well, then why didn't you say strikers? Are they not attackers?
No, because they're strikers.
That's why you do midfielders, and then you have
right. Just say it again, but without your wingers.
Jude Bellingham, Gibbs White, Cole Palmer, and again, some other players can play. Like Foden can play in the 10, like Eze can play in the 10, Morgan Rogers can play in the 10. So they're like players that can do a bit of everything.
Yeah. Gibbs White, really?
Yeah, I fucking love him.
He sounded like Roy Keane then, really.
Really?
It's fucking quality.
He is good, but he's not as good as any of the others.
Yeah, I don't get Gibbs White.
He's just unfortunate the fact that like Eze, Rogers, Bellingham, Palmer, like they're all better than him.
Yeah, but I'm not saying potentially he starts over those players, but to bring Gibbs White off the bench if Palmer and that aren't doing it, then it's a pretty decent option.
I don't think he makes it, unfortunately.
Wow.
Definitely.
Tommy Tuchel might listen to me more, so that's fine.
Well, so as I cheated with Morgan Rogers and Bellingham as my centre mids, I've got 3 Cams, and that's Palmer, Foden, and Eze.
Why's Foden, mate? He's shocking for England.
I like Foden, and he's just one of them players that he can just do something out of nothing, and they're worth. I wouldn't start him, but he's someone I would bring on. Sure.
Not in an England shirt. He's failed to turn up in pretty much every game he's played for England.
I don't know who else to put in. I'd rather have him than Morgan Gibbs White.
Well, I haven't got either of them.
So who's your other Cams?
Rogers, Bellingham, Eze and Palmer.
So it's the Henderson thing that's stopped him from coming in, isn't it? Because I've only really got Rice and Wharton as like your sort of sitting midfielders, and I don't even want Rice to be sat, to be honest. I kind of actually don't want to play with him.
Have you not got Elliot Anderson?
Oh yeah, sorry, I've got Anderson as well. Yeah, forgot about him.
Yeah, so mine is you have either Anderson or Wharton to sit with Declan as the 10, and then it's going to be Jude in the Declan Rice as the 8, and you're going to have Jude as the 10.
Yeah, I hate the old 8, but that's why I'm bringing them all.
Yeah.
Right. Has your wingers?
So on the right, you've got Bukayo Saka and Noni Madueke. On the left, you've got Marcus Rashford and Anthony Gordon.
Yeah, that's literally exactly what I've got. Who have you got, Daz? I've forgotten what you said.
Wow, I said...
I know you said Saka.
Saka, Gordon, like Eze can play on one wing, like Foden. I was debating Rashford, but...
He's on fire for Barcelona.
I know, mate, but I could be on fire for Barcelona.
So who's on your left? So you got Saka on your right. Who's your other right winger?
It would have been Eze, maybe, because I wouldn't have put him in the 10. And then Foden and Gordon on the left.
Foden on the left.
See, do you know, he is sounding like Kenny
Foden
Jackett.
sounds
Square
like Gareth
pegs, round
Southgate.
holes.
Are you Southgate, mate?
Yeah, I am.
Square pegs, round holes all over. That is an awful team from Daz.
Getting teams to finals, yeah. It's not a
I'm
bad
worried
record.
about your 11, mate. I'm glad you're not a manager. Strikers, I've only got 2 because
Me
I just
too.
don't see the point in taking them because there's only one player that's going to play.
Harry Kane and Ollie Watkins.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I didn't want to take another striker because Rashford can play up front as well.
And even Palmer can play there if you have to.
Or even Bellingham, if you wanted to, he could play as a false 9 if you were desperate. But I am worried though, if Harry Kane was to get injured somehow, we're fucked.
Watkins ain't on fire at the moment. He literally gets in because I don't know any other English players that are even in form.
Well, Ivan Toney's gone and retired in Saudi.
Bishop's not in
Dominic Solanke's had a knock for the last 5 months.
I can't even think of any other English strikers.
Well, Toney, Solanke, Liam Delap.
Yeah, I pondered about him and I thought, you know what, no, he's fucking pony, really, isn't he?
I've put Jarrod Bowen in there. I like Bowen.
Have you got Bowen?
I just don't think he's not good enough. Yeah. I know that sounds weird, especially with Tommy Tuchel. I feel like Tommy he likes Madueke, and I just don't think Bowen would. Just don't see him getting there. He might get in the squad. I just don't see him being picked. He'd be like third choice winger.
I wouldn't mind if Bowen was in it. It wouldn't bother me. It wouldn't bother me like a Gallagher and a Henderson would.
I could appreciate. The only reason I say Henderson is because of the experience thing. It's not. I would happily swap him out for a Bowen or something like that.
That's fair enough.
But if I don't know if you when you take someone, if they're allowed to be as part of the squad if they're not named as such.
Just cheat and put them as a coach and stuff. Did we do that with Beckham one year?
I think we did, didn't we?
He really got injured, and so they just took him as a coach, didn't they? Right. So, what's your back 5? I'm presuming you're playing 4 at the back.
Yeah, 4-3-3 because that's what Tommy plays. Pickford in goal, pretty obvious, I think. Centre halves are. I'm going centre halves. Right back, Reece James. Centre halves are Stones and Gahey. Left back is going to be Miles Lewis-Skelly. Then you've got Elliot Anderson sitting, Declan Rice next to him, but as the box-to-box. Jude Bellingham as the 10. Harry Kane up front, Saka on the right, and I actually don't care out of Gordon or Rashford. I can't pick on the left.
I'm tempted. So it's pretty much what I've got, except from I'm debating whether to put Bellingham in the 8 and Palmer as the 10.
So where are you putting Rice?
As annoyingly as the 6.
Or
4, or whatever number they are.
That's just it limits his game so much, though.
It's like I feel like Bellingham and Foden and Palmer have to play.
Bellingham and who?
Palmer. It's tricky. It's tricky. I would probably start with Wharton, Rice, Bellingham as my 3 in the middle. But I'd actually put Eze on the left. That's why I cheated and just put everyone I can in. I think Eze at the moment might be the best English player in is in terms of form, and him and Saka at the moment are just looking good for Arsenal. And then Bellingham has been tearing it apart in Real Madrid all of a sudden. I watched him against Barcelona and he ripped them apart.
He's back from his injury. He had that shoulder injury for a few months, didn't he?
Well, he didn't really. I think he's had it since the beginning of the year because he was in and out last year, wasn't he? But he just looks back to the old Bellingham, which is a good sign. But the problem is we both said Wharton, but he don't seem to play much.
I said Anderson.
Oh, you said Anderson. Sorry.
And the only reason it's Anderson over Wharton is because of seemingly we're talking about it, and Wharton is literally replacing Anderson as we speak. The only reason is because Anderson has done very well for
To
Tommy
be fair, yeah.
as the
I don't mind
sixth.
it. It's just Wharton's just is like that class above, in my opinion. A bit like what we talked about
He,
earlier.
he needs to hopefully he plays against Albania at the weekend
Yeah.
and then stays fit. And then I think it could again that would be an either or. I'm happy for it to be Anderson or Wharton.
Yeah, no, I agree. Daz, what's your 11 then?
Mine was Pickford, Skelly, Stones, Gahey, James, Wharton,
Weird, you
Rice.
always go left to right. It just
Weird, isn't it? You go right to left.
No, we don't. Wharton, Rice, Bellingham, Saka on the right, Gordon left, Kane up top.
I almost didn't take Gordon because I don't think he's been performing this year, but
He's one of.
because I'd be quite happy just to have Rashford and Eze as my left wingers, to be honest.
I think Gordon's got that quality.
Mm.
He's better on the left than Eze is.
If come March he still ain't performing, Gordon, he's definitely out of my squad.
Ooh.
So there we go, Taskmaster. Come on, Daz, let's move on, shall we?
Right. Okay. Hold on. Bear with me 2 seconds. Like, this is going to not be long-winded, but obviously I need to add up, take away, subtract. Right.
Oh, sorry, I just thought Eze was about to score then. I was about to go, see?
That was unlucky, that.
And he's
Right.
playing left wing.
Right, ready?
Yeah.
Go on then.
Oh, can we get to pick our darts names? Oh.
It's a dicking.
Can I give you my darts name?
We're not going to get copyrighted for that, are
Do
we?
not care one little bit. Well, this is Dazzler's Dart. So we're going to base it on England appearances and goals scored.
Okay. Both combined, yeah?
Both combined, yeah.
Right.
So obviously both players will start on 501. And then I know with the game, it's like you have to keep the score to what you would get on a dartboard, but I can't be bothered to work that out. So as long as it's like 180 or below, the score stands. Okay. And obviously
So you're not doing the rules from where I've watched it, where you've got to actually get a dart. So like a
so you can get 179 on this.
Can, right? Okay, yeah, cool.
Yeah, just do that. It's easier.
And checking out, is it over 10 like it is?
Yeah, you got a gap of 10. Yeah,
Cool.
so
all right,
and then we'll do it like that. So obviously this is based on England appearances and goals scored. So who wants to go? Actually, I had a question in my mind. Right, who can guess closest to the age? Because I do know the age I was when I realised I was going bald.
4.
17.
29.
It was 23. So has. Okay.
Hang on. Well, we're both 6 away.
Are we?
You were.
You said
6 away.
29.
You said 19, didn't you?
I said 17.
I said 19.
Okay.
We're both 6 away, so it makes no difference.
Well,
I thought you said 19. Give it that as. Go on.
Okay, go on. Okay, ready. Here we go. Hold on.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Excellent. He's got to do this every week now.
I will, that's fine. So has to throw first.
We'll go John Stones.
John Stones. Right, I need to go and check this because, like,
Do you not have a list?
I did no, because the list is massive. You don't understand.
Yeah.
And?
That's what she said.
That's what she said. It will take 2 seconds. Don't worry, because none of you are going to go over, and it's not like as in with the other game where you have to play it a certain way. So 88.
88. Is that it?
Oh, he's left wing.
I just looked down as he scored that, so I didn't see it.
Oh, what a goal.
Russ,
Right, my go then, yeah.
So what's scored, Daz?
you are now on 413.
Thank you.
I'm sure it's under 180, so I'm gonna go Harry Kane.
Oh,
Actually,
he's on like 73 goals.
this was one of the players that I think was over.
Must only be Justin.
So, 110.
That's a fucking finish, by the way.
I'm telling you, he is him and Saka, the two most informed English players at the moment.
Sorry, it's 186.
Oh, he's bust
I
already.
thought I'll go high, nice and early. I was quite confident with that. I thought it must be like a 178.
Has. You to throw next.
By the way, my darts nickname is Cokehead. Because my last name is Coker.
Oh, right, okay.
Brilliant.
Russ, the Cokehead Coker.
We do not condone any drug taking of any sorts on this podcast.
Oh, yeah, but my favourite drink is Coca-Cola, so.
All right, that's all right. As long as
we might do, depending on how the rest of the season goes.
Yeah.
Gary Lineker.
Good shout. Must be, 100?
But, yeah.
Was it 40 odd goals? 48 goals?
Let's have a look. Because there was just so many. I was trying to, get it down. That's what she said. 128.
Nice.
So, you are on 285. Russ still to score?
Tasty.
Wayne Rooney.
Oh, that'll be high.
120.
I reckon about 160, 170.
Yeah, I don't think
173.
Yeah.
Oh, you bastard.
That puts Russ on 328. Has throw next.
What's Has on?
285.
Frank Lampard.
Shout.
Frank Lampard, he's on here.
There must be another 120, 30.
106 plus 9. 135.
Nice. I'll go with the other one, Steven Gerrard.
Stevie G, lad.
135.
Oh.
Exactly the same.
Right, so
what's our overalls at the moment?
So you require 150. Russ, you can't check out yet because you got 193.
Okay.
Okie dokie. Right. I'm going to go just down the appearances route for you. I'm going to go Jordan Pickford.
Playing it.
Knowing.
Scored loads of goals.
Yeah. Tons of goals.
Playing it safe, I see. That's fine. Going for the 19s. 80. So, on 70. Russ.
Ashley Cole.
Oh, good shout.
Ashley Cole. Has he scored for England?
Don't think so. If he has, it must only be like one.
No, he scored none. 107.
So what are we on?
You are now on 86. You're on 70. So you acquire 70.
Whoa.
See, this is the thing. When it got down to the small numbers, I just couldn't be asked to print off tons and tons of bits of paper. To save the planet as well. So
Kyle Walker.
Good shout.
I think he scored 2 or 3 goals, didn't he?
Has he?
Maybe.
I remember him getting one.
You have unfortunately gone over. It's 97, so you're still on 70.
Wow. Who was that? Kyle Walker?
Kyle Walker, yeah.
And how much have I got left?
You've got 86. You acquire 86.
You know what? Jude Bellingham.
That's only going to be what? 30?
That's fine. I'm happy to chip away.
Jude Bellingham. I think it's 50.
Take that.
Oh, that's quite high.
So, you still require 70? Who's tapping away? Don't cheat, whoever it is.
Not me.
I can hear tapping.
That's why I'm pushing my pen lid in. But,
Don't tap anything.
Jesus Christ. 70. Oh, we'll go with another right back. We'll go Kieran Trippier.
That's a good shout, and all.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's got to be less than Kyle Walker, surely.
Kieran Trippier, 55.
Yeah, nice.
Ooh,
How much have I got left? Sorry, mate.
Russ, you require 36.
36. Just trying to think of if there's anyone sort of like newish, if that makes sense. Ollie Watkins.
Good shout.
Ollie Watkins, let's have a look. Ollie Watkins, 26.
Okay, so what does that leave me with?
10. You require 15?
Tino Livramento.
That's a good shout and all.
Livramento, 3.
Oh, that's it.
Is that it?
That's it for England's first team appearances. It says here, 3.
Okay.
Blimey.
You're on 12 now.
10.
Russ, you require 10.
10.
And the thing is, if you check out like on absolute zero, the other person will have to get 0 as well. So in the next row,
10. Dan Burn.
That's going to be close.
you kind of want to get down to 1 because there's like about 200,000 people that are on one cap.
I've got loads of ones in my head.
Yeah, 4.
4, is that it?
Yeah, 4.
Is he scored as well?
No.
Oh, I thought he got a goal.
You require 12.
Oh, 12. Fabian Delph.
Oh, I like it. I like that a lot. Oh, I like it a lot.
I like it a lot. What's that the other day? 20. You're over.
Ah.
Really? That many?
Sorry. Yeah.
Were we that shit for that long? Blimey.
He played for England between 2014 and 2019.
Hang on. Doesn't that put me on -8?
Oh, actually, shit, it does, doesn't it?
I don't know. Where's Russ Bray when you need him?
Who's that? You're -8. So
He's
Russ,
the guy that goes 180.
Yeah, but he won't go -8.
He could do.
So Russ,
Yep.
you need 6. So you can have what's -6?
14.
14. So maximum 14. 6 to check out. Anything under 14, you should be right.
I'm trying to think if there's any Pompey players that might have only had a few, but there ain't. It's like Crouch, Defoe, Campbell, James, Nugent only had one goal. So I was hoping to get to 2, and I was going to say Nugent.
So really, to win, you need 13 max.
Or less.
I'm trying to... Jermaine Pennant never played for England, did he?
Don't know.
I'm trying to think of the name of that player's name. I can see him. Played for West Brom. I think he was a Man United player. Went on loan to West Brom. Kieran Richardson, that's his name.
You want him?
Yeah, I think he must have had about 5 games, and I remember him scoring 2 free kicks against Trinidad and Tobago.
So Kieran Richardson, yeah?
Yeah. So I'm thinking 8 here.
The suspense.
Oh, I'm assuming that means I won. Oh.
Yeah.
What was it?
He was on 8, and so you finished on -2.
Oh, it was 8. It was bang on 8.
It was
Jesus.
8. Bang on 8, yeah.
Wow.
Well done, Russ.
Well done.
Nice one.
It'll be a lot smoother when next time we play.
Nice.
But
How do you need to think of a name?
Yeah, you need to name Has.
007.
Right, best time. Come on, hurry up.
That's right. It's the only reason that Russ
Yeah,
lives.
especially at the moment.
Right, it is Harry's Who Am I? So, clue number 1. After playing for England up to the under-20 age group, I switched my international allegiance to Scotland.
Matt
I
Ritchie.
was going to say, yeah.
Yeah, Matt Ritchie. Oh.
Changed it to Scotland. So, Quasi. Oh. Because he played for the under-21s, didn't he? Or the under-20s, and then he went to Scotland. Yeah. Before.
I played with Josh Koroma, Joe Mattock, and Lee Evans, but not at Pompey.
So this is a more recent player that's good. So who we had that's been Scottish?
George Vaughan, he's not like he didn't go and play for Scotland, did he? Or...
I don't remember him playing, but then again, a bit like what I said earlier, I don't pay attention.
He would have played at Pompey with Joe Mattock, didn't he? Because they kind of came together, didn't they? Did they? No.
No, they didn't. No.
I thought did they go both come from West Brom? What, in the season we got relegated? I thought they both come back.
I thought we got Joe Mattock from Rotherham.
I know he went to Rotherham.
Oh, I don't know. My brain, I'm getting too old now. If you want to go
late.
for him, go for him. But I don't think he played for Scotland.
But he would have played Pompey anyway
with
Joe Mattock because he ran that time.
Right, Scottish players. They aren't actually Scottish. Can't be many of them. Richard Hughes, no, it wouldn't be him anyway, would it? I was about to say he was actually Scottish, wasn't he? Well, actually, he's more Italian, isn't he? Because he grew up in Italy.
Did he?
Yeah, that's why he was a big AC Milan fan, wasn't he? Why do I go blank whenever we do this?
Pressure.
I can't think anymore. Naismith was definitely Scottish, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He definitely. Saying that, what in Bowat Scottish? Is it him?
Is that who you're going for?
Yeah, I can't think of any more Scottish players. Yeah, go on then.
I'm just going to go for Clark Robertson. I know he's obviously
he's very Scottish.
He's the only Scottish player I can think at the moment.
Portsmouth were one of 4 loans I had from one club, which were in the Premier League. If that makes sense.
So Pompey were in the Premier League when we loaned him.
No.
Okay.
So, okay, the club I was loaned out from 4 times were in the Premier League. But those 4 loans are the only loans I've had in my career.
Jesus.
Why can't I think of Scottish players?
Sorry, you're right, Daz.
Yeah.
What have you just
No,
done?
I'm just thinking
It did sound wrong.
because Lee Evans, and obviously
Climax.
being loaned out from a Premier League team, being loaned out quite a few times. Joe Mattock would have been at Rotherham. Evans, you've got what, Ipswich, and who was the other player?
Josh Koroma.
That's what? Huddersfield.
I'm thinking George Hurst.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, well done,
Just
mate.
because of the amount of loans, those players, Koroma is the only player I can't see where he would have played with. It wasn't at Pompey.
You've got it, mate, because it's what? Ipswich was on loan at first, wasn't it? Us. Who was he with before he came out?
Rotherham. Who's the other team?
And Blackburn.
Would that be with Koroma?
Koroma would have been... I don't know. Maybe Koroma was at it. What Premier League club was he at?
Well, George Hurst, Leicester, wasn't it?
It was Koroma through Leicester's academy or something like that.
Probably, yeah.
I reckon you got the nail on the head there, mate.
Yeah, go on, George Hurst.
Yeah, well done, mate. Well done. As soon as you said that, I was like, oh yeah, of course he is.
I was just trying to think of players you've had on loan and then who would have played with Lee Evans.
Proper Miss Marple, mate.
So Koroma and Mattock were Rotherham. Lee Evans was Ipswich.
Koroma was he on loan at Rotherham, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Yeah. It's just because with Mattock, the only team apart from he played for us. I know he was at West Brom when he was a kid, but I'm pretty sure he was at West Brom. But Rotherham is the only team I know he's played for. So I was just trying to think of players that had been at Rotherham, and Hurst came to us after being at Rotherham, wasn't it? Where he scored 1 in God knows how many.
Yeah, you're right.
That's where, and then I thought, right, I'll go with that, and then see Willie Evans, but I couldn't fit Koroma in anywhere. But
yeah, so Joe Mattock was at West Brom, but he was actually at Leicester before that.
Midlands, isn't it?
But also been on loan at Sheffield United, Brighton. I remember going on loan to Brighton actually.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Sheffield Wednesday, before then Rotherham, and now he's not. I don't think he's even got a club now. Right. We beat you, Has. Nah.
You beat me. Well done, you. Well, thank you for listening to this week's episode of the Pompey Patter podcast. We have just about reached an hour and 55 minutes. Quite a lengthy one, various topics covered, and a bit of fun towards the end. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. We will be back next week to preview the Millwall game and talk about any updated team news. Hopefully there will be confirmation by then of certain players back from injury, the likes of Schmid, Segacic, Lang, Blair, and anything else that comes out. Maybe we've signed a left back by then as well. So plenty to talk about next week as well. So boys, thank you for joining us as ever.
Pleasure.
Merci.
And take care everyone. Enjoy your Pompey free week.